travel to Puerto Rico?
A message of unity, of resilience from the president, saying that this was an act of pure evil in Las Vegas, pledging prayers to those who lost their loved ones, those lives lost, also saying to those wounded that are in the hospital, now we will be with you now and always, saying in moments of darkness and chaos like this, the answers do not come easily. Also saying he will travel to Las Vegas on Wednesday.
He will travel to Las Vegas on Wednesday after presumably going to Puerto Rico tomorrow. Of the families of those killed, and he noted there were hundreds of people who will have had family members killed or wounded. We cannot imagine their pain. We cannot fathom their loss. Back with us, John King, our chief national correspondent. John, in some ways, some of the most important words the president said were the first three: my fellow Americans, bringing the country, trying to, with his words, bringing the country together.
And then saying as part of his remarks, our unity cannot be shattered by evil. Look, pitch perfect from the president right there. Again, I'm sure already there are some people out there, because of the polarized environment we live in, who won't like something they heard or won't trust something they heard, who won't find truthfulness or credibility in something their president just said. I would hope that they would take a breath and let the president have his piece here, in the sense that he came out, he said he wanted to unify the country. The president's supposed to go to Puerto Rico tomorrow. He's had some political pushback there. Now he says he will go to Vegas on Wednesday. The president has now two tragedies of very different types, the hurricane damage in Puerto Rico, after Texas and Florida and other places in the United States. Now the deadliest mass shooting in American history taking place on his watch. I don't think that whatever your politics are, there is anything you can take issue with what we just heard from the President of the United States right there. At moments like this, we would be talking about something very different about the Trump presidency had this not happened. I guess my only question is, because of that, because of where we began before this shooting, how do the people who don't agree with this president on just about anything else process this? But as someone who covered the White House for 10 years, through two different presidents, and has been in town for almost 30 years now, that was pitch perfect.
Yeah. This is the time to bring the country together. That is exactly, John King, what the president did with those remarks. This is not a time for politics, nor did he inject them at all into those remarks. And as John so beautifully said, to my fellow Americans. With us, again, our political director, David Chalian, Jeff Zeleny, our senior White House correspondent, Lisa Monaco, is also with us. Jeff Zeleny, as you noted, those remarks were updated until the very last moment from the president.
A pretty standard operating procedure, particularly for a speech like this. You want to get every word right. And again, the president, he left it to his role of being a unifier. He did not talk about the investigation. He did not talk about the suspect. One of the reasons is not much is known. He said that the FBI and Homeland Security and others are looking into this,
Vincent
but there's
Sager?
not a lot
You pronounce the G.
of information to convey. But by saying that he will go to Las Vegas on Wednesday, by visiting this, it is something that puts him in line with what so many presidents before him have done and paid their respects. Of course, Las Vegas is a town that he is connected to and knows well. His name is emblazoned on the top of a hotel there as well. He campaigned there a lot. So this is something that I'm not surprised at all to see him go there visiting early. But again, I think the moment here is what comes after this. This invariably after today and tomorrow will become a discussion of politics, of guns. It's not appropriate for that moment today. Yes. You will hear it from some Democrats. But what will this president do in that respect? Will he take a leadership role in that respect? We will, of course, watch that as the days unfold. But the president clearly, as John said, striking a pitch-perfect tone there. And something else I think to keep in mind, a lot of these country music supporters were likely Trump supporters. And this is something that, of course, is hitting the tapestry of all Americans. And there are going to be victims from across the country here. So this is something that is a national tragedy, as the president said. And the flags he also ordered at half-staff today in memory and thought of all of the victims in Las Vegas.
David Chalian, we just have a few seconds left right now. Want to get your last word, your last thoughts on what we just heard from the president.
That's everything you would want to hear from a president of the United States. Everything that you wanted to hear there. I agree with what John and Jeff were saying. This was certainly pitch perfect. It struck me, because of how divided our politics are, because of what a divisive figure he can be for many people, to hear him talk about the comfort of our common humanity, I just think is such an important call for everyone in the nation to hear this president say that.
An act of pure evil, and we as Americans all come together.